This is how you disappear a stupid person from your reality. I'm watching videos and there's always somebody struggling with a coworker or with a boss or somebody, right? Now we can't really avoid our bosses, but we can mentally and spiritually control them. But there's one thing I want you to keep in mind. That's Ephesians 6:12 in the Bible, right? For we do not wrestle with flesh and blood, but with principalities, which means our struggle is not with human beings, regular human, but with evil spirits and demonic spirits. So when you're dealing with a person at work, especially, remember this is a spiritual attack, okay? For example, you have a coworker that's always throwing little jabs at you. You know, they play your friend and they get close to you, but now and then you know, they say something smart, and when you walk away you realize it registers like, yo, did this person just, try to throw a jab at me or try to get smart? I want you to learn to control this. Okay? If you control your internal state, you can control your external environment. Let me tell you something. You can disappear that person from your reality. Let's say you work in a big place, like, a lot of people work in warehouses and in big, places, whatever. And let's say you were friendly with someone and you notice now and then that that person is getting too comfortable with you, even though they don't know you that well. You don't even feel that you guys know each other that well to get that comfortable with them. Now and then they are throwing jabs. This is a spirit. All right. The spirit is challenging you. So for you to hate and judge that person, you're not even playing the game of life the way, you're not playing it to win. Remember, all right? You are the one who is writing the script of your life. You giving people parts in your movie. If they're not following the script, you can write them out. So let's say you work, like I said, in a big warehouse and you have to walk around this person, but you don't have to interact with them. Next time you see them, just walk by them like you don't see them. That doesn't mean judge them mentally or spiritually. Don't have any passion against that person. Does not exist in your reality, so you should feel nothing for them. Either way. Sometimes when you do this, next thing you know, that person just moved to another state, whatever state they came from, or they got married and moved away, or they got let go because they weren't performing well. Something would happen, or you just will see this person less, and you'll be like, "What happened to that person?" But don't think about this person in an ill way. You are no one to judge. Remember, you are not fighting this person. It's a spirit that is challenging you. Okay, so know this. Now, let's say it's a small environment and you do have to sometimes interact with this coworker about work. And let's say, I'm going to give you an example, something that I experienced, right? So I started a job one time and the coworker was once, now I have failed at this in the past, by the way. So these are things that I had to learn by doing research. So I started there and the coworker, was friendly with me. And like the third day, I noticed that coworker throwing jabs and saying judgmental things about me. Like, you don't know me. This is the third day. You don't know me. And they always have something to say about either my personality or what I've just said, or giving me their opinion of what they've made up, whatever they made up story about me in just 2-3 days. And so now I'm keeping my distance from that person. You understand? And I speak to other people because I was new. So I am talking to the other coworkers and he always wants to help me, right? And so let's say one time I was talking to the other coworker and he overheard and he's like, oh, do it this way and that way. So when I asked him directly a second question, he threw a little jab in there. And when it registered, I was walking away, it registered to me and I was like, okay, this is a person that I have to disappear from my reality. And so I did, and before you knew it, he moved to his wherever he came from. He all of a sudden he moved. He had no plans to do it or was not talking about it, and he had to leave. But I'm going to tell you about what I've done in the past. So if you're doing this, know that you're failing at the game of life. So listen to me. So I had coworkers I started working with, and we start hanging out. We start having a good time and stuff like that. But we know each other maybe 3 months, and we have, went out for dinner, with other people. But then me and her used to hang out and stuff like that. And I noticed that because people saw me with her, people will believe the things that she would say about me. So this one coworker pulled me aside and said, "Listen, I thought you and her were friends, and she's saying this and that about you." My feelings were hurt, so I confronted her. So of course she denied it, and she's like, "Oh no, she misunderstood what I said or whatever." I could give you the long story, but this is not about that. I'm just trying to tell you that they turned out really bad for me, right? And I psychically attacked myself by jonesing, thinking too much about, oh, this person was my friend, she's my feeling, I let her in my house, and it turned out really bad for me. It's like I ended up leaving, okay? And I did that more than once. So don't let that happen to you. Disappear that person from your reality. You are the script writer. This is your movie, your life. They're not playing their part. They gotta go. But they gotta go from here and from here. Don't judge them. Because if you start doing that, you can psychically attack yourself. Okay? I hope you got the point of what I'm trying to tell you. That is an easy way to disappear somebody from your reality. That goes for a significant other, that goes for social circle, whatever. If you have to get rid of these people, don't get passionate about it. Just do what you gotta do. Oh, why you not calling? They don't even have time to ask you nothing because you go back. Listen, we meet people, right? And they become close to us and we start to like them and have a good time with them. And we think that because you've had a good time that they have to stay in your life. Your life is about you. You have to be comfortable in your skin. You have to be happy. You can't be hanging around people that you have to watch your back from. Like, that's stressful. That's too much work. And friendship should be easy. We should just flow into each other. We should just respect each other. Not me telling you to respect me or me making sure that you not say. That's too much work. If you're going through that right now and you're putting up with it, you're doing too much. You understand? I am the kind of friend that when we become friends, I know my place. And I literally treat people the way I would like to be treated. But if I see that because I'm being nice and friendly and a friend, I'm being a friend, if that makes you think that I am a punk and now you can punk me, I can show you how fast I would disappear you from my reality. And then you will miss the good that I was giving you. You will miss it because you can hardly find that. And I literally don't need friends. It's awesome when I make one. It's great. We have a good time. But the minute you take me for granted, I can disappear you. And without hate, animosity, I would not think about you. Of course, I remember the good time, but I don't care if you're not there no more. I feel no way about it if you disrespect me. In the past, I wasn't that person. I'll try to fix things, make excuses, and all. I don't make excuses for grown ups. If you're broken, you're broken. We're done, I move on. And I have become very comfortable spending time with myself. I eat lunch by myself, and I like it now. I like being by myself. I would love to have a close friendship where we respect each other. But if you cross that line with me, I'm okay with letting you go. And that's the point. That's where you got to get to. Okay, you don't need to be friends with your coworkers, but if you make a friend at work, that's awesome. Even if you don't make a friend and people are just being cordial, that's awesome too. But the one that thinks that they can cross the line and try to make you look stupid or use you as the butt of a joke or something like that, cut that person off. Don't let them know you're cutting them off. Don't let the other coworkers know you're cutting them off. You don't talk about that person because that person does not exist anymore. Okay?